right. Okay, so I thought it would be good to do a book review of all of the different books that I've been reading. I've been delving into fantasy and a couple of Christian books. So, first, I read A.W. Tozer's The Pursuit of God. And I thought it was good. A little bit tricky for our modern age to be able to understand. I can understand it, but I definitely think that a lot of people would have probably a little bit of a struggle understanding it. Um, I thought the theology was pretty good. I didn't um, I didn't agree with everything, but it was good. The next one I read was um, okay. The next one I read was Holes, and I had watched the movie. It's one of my favorite movies, and I loved the movie. I mean, like super duper loved it. The book, though, I thought was a little bit hard to follow, which is funny because it's like, well, I had seen the movie. You'd think it'd be easier. But the transitions didn't seem like they were all that great. It was a little bit convoluted. There are three or four story, I think three stories that we follow, um, three different timelines, and in the movie, obviously, it's really easy to do. In a book, it's hard. So, and I felt like, yeah, I felt like maybe it was for a little bit older kids too. Okay, the next one was Princess Academy. I loved the story. I thought it was very cute. I didn't like the romance aspect of it being it's for quite young kids. Um, so I didn't like that part of it, and I didn't like that they were such young girls, and they're trying to marry them off to an 18-year-old prince. I didn't like that. So she's supposed to be, I think, 14, but the girls are taken kind of like a Queen Esther story. The girls are taken from 12 to 17. All of that age group are taken to an academy, and they're supposed to learn how to be a princess so that the prince would marry one of them at the end of the year. That part of it I didn't like, but I did like the storyline that came out of that. So didn't like that part of the storyline, but I did like the rest of it. The next book was um, Emily. Let's see, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairy. It is definitely not a kid's book. It is supposed to be a cozy fantasy, adult fantasy book. Um, it's probably the best writing I have read in a very long time. However, um, it's starting to go a little bit dark. Not terrible right now. I am well into it. I'm probably a third of the way done. It is a very big book, huge book, and so yeah, I'm about a third of the way done. I like I said, the writing is incredible, but um, I am definitely not into any dark fantasy, even dark-ish fantasy, I call it. So if it ends up going that way, I will have to put it down. But right now, it's pretty clean. There's really not a whole lot of cussing, um, and it's about fairies. So I'm enjoying it a lot. The fairies are very different than mine, and like I said, it's an adult book. But I'm enjoying it for sure. I think there were more, but I'm gonna have to sign off for now, and maybe try doing this another, maybe in another month. And if you have any recommendations for kids' fantasy books that are clean, they don't have romance, they don't have dark fantasy elements to it, drop it in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.